We're looking at more of the biggest food trends of the last 25 years.
Welcome to Good Mythical More. We did this a while back where we looked at some of the food trends and, gave our expert commentary on them, and we're going to continue doing that.
We used to be Berts. Now we're experts.
Hey!
Expert?
Expert.
We knew a Bert.
Expert.
I knew a Bert in high school.
Expert.
You know, he was older than us.
I do think I say Bert. Expert. Expert. Expert.
Okay.
If you used to use Pert.
Pert.
I used Pert Plus for a long time.
Never used Pert. I do remember what it smells like though. The moment you said it, I'm like, pleasant smell.
I'm an expert though.
Oh, okay. First one, Chase.
All right, first up from allrecipes.com is plant-based everything.
Plant-based everything. In what year was this trending?
Let me look into that.
Oh, that's
but
not
these
part
are
of your
just generally
information?
about like trends of the last 25 years, so
Okay.
not including 2000. But yeah, this is just kind of a trend that's been happening.
I
in
think
the
this
last
is.
25 years.
I think this became part of the sort of normal carnivore, omnivore world when we got Impossible meat. That was when, like,
and beyond. Impossible and beyond. Which, I mean, how are they doing now?
I think that
They're still on the shelves.
they got a little bit of pushback because of the level of processing. So you've got the Venn diagram of people who want to eat plant-based.
Uh-huh.
They also tend to be the people who want to not eat processed food.
But it's very processed. But they're processing pea protein.
But
So isn't that okay?
It does taste good though. I still like it. I still would prefer it if we're making a chili at home.
You prefer it.
No, all things considered, the fact that I try to do like less saturated fat, less meat in general, but I just cannot get the fam on board, man. I can't do it.
In a chili is a great example.
Or a spaghetti sauce.
It's hidden in there. Spaghetti sauce. Christy will hide who knows what in that spaghetti sauce that she makes.
What do you mean?
It's-
She's trying to deliver you some Vites?
It's good. No, she's trying to kill me.
What's she putting in there?
Turkey meat sometimes. It's usually
Turkey meat's
the
fine.
default is turkey meat, but I don't care that it's not greasier hamburger meat.
So what is she hiding
But-
though?
Vegetables.
Yeah.
There's more vegetables in there. I don't know. She doesn't tell me everything she's hiding. That kind of defeats the purpose. Then I might not eat it. Be like, oh, I taste that now.
Oh, yeah, that's how you have to deal with you
Yeah,
if you're cooking for you.
she's giving me
You
my
can't tell you the ingredients.
my
'cause
veggies.
It's chances are it's not gonna put the needle in the right direction.
Yeah. So I'm pretty impressed. I like a good chunky spaghetti sauce or chili.
They also are noting things like plant-powered milk. That's specifically the
oat
phrasing
milk?
they use.
Oat milk became a pretty big thing.
I remember when oat
Almond
milk was everybody wanted it and nobody had it. Now everybody's got it and nobody
wants
cares.
it.
Yeah, when we did we did a milk episode, like alternative milks, a long time ago when I was pretty new, and it was all alternative animal milks, like camel and like
Right.
llama, alpaca milk and stuff. I don't think we
Yeah.
had enough options to go for oat and almond and pistachio and all the kind of stuff that we did.
I think we did
a few
that
years
too,
later.
though.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
All right, communal tables. Eater said communal tables as restaurants start to introduce the idea of bumping elbows with strangers at long communal tables.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
I'm not even a fan of French cafe style
Yeah.
seating. I do not like being closer to someone I don't know than the person that I came to the restaurant with. I do not want to hear your conversation.
And yeah, I'm so easily distracted
And I don't want you to hear my conversation.
because I'm talking about you.
Jesse and I, a couple of years ago, had a Valentine's Day date where they tried to do the Valentine's Day dinner, and it was the table was so wide that I was closer to not just the person next to me, but the person on the other side of the person next to me than I was to Jesse. And it's Valentine's Day.
Come on.
And so you're like, boy, we need a tube. We need like a sound tube.
They
Or we
should've
need to be
just
on
put you
some sort of
beside each
closed
other.
circuit. We did that. So it was us and another couple. And then Jesse was like, I'm not standing for this. We're talking to the people next to us, and we're like, this is so weird. Jesse gets up, talks to the host. They say, yeah, that's just the way we're doing it. But then
No, it's not.
we said, yeah, but us and the couple next to us want to switch. And they were like, okay, so, and we did that in twos, boom, and then it started propagating throughout the restaurant.
The whole restaurant?
We
propagated?
flipped it! We flipped it!
Wow.
And then the people who were finishing their meal and couldn't barely hear each other felt so dumb.
Because once you switched, then you didn't talk to the people you made friends with because now you're in cahoots.
You're too far away.
You wanted to. You wanted to thank them, but they couldn't be heard? That's a thick table.
But I will say, I do not, on the other hand, I don't like going to a restaurant where there's no seats and there's two people at a big table, and I think to myself, we could go sit on the other side of that table. Especially outdoor seating, and it's like a bigger table.
Listen, this is for coffee shops. This is
Coffee
not for
shops is
meals.
fine.
Coffee shops are fine, but this is not for meals. All right? Next.
All right. Next, this one's got a lot to it, I think. Avocado toast.
It's still around.
We
just ordered avocado toast at the same time.
With Jacob. It was the three of us all together, and
We all ordered
got
avocado toast. I got my eggs scrambled because I just don't like to poke anything and have it ooze. That, to me, that's a wound, not an egg. So I had to get the scramble. But it was so good, and I felt like I was making a strong personal choice that other people were also making.
And the funny thing is I don't typically order avocado toast, but yet I had it twice in that one trip. Twice.
Well, when you're traveling, you feel like you need to have more of that.
And I keep seeing articles about how good avocado is for you.
But it's no longer a trend. Is it a staple?
Yeah, it's become a restaurant staple. All Recipes is the one that talked about avocado toast, and they talked about how it's become a restaurant staple, a meme, and even a kind of status symbol. Critics felt it marked the fiscal irresponsibility of an entire generation, so whether you thank or blame millennials for avocado toast's ubiquity, this toaster-fueled glow-up seems here to stay.
Hold on. This is an example of people just needing a reason to write about something.
Why are they so angry about it?
I mean, is it because avocados are so expensive?
This was in 2022, but yeah, people were very upset about like the avocado toast millennials and all that kind of stuff. It was the reason why we couldn't afford to buy a home.
Right.
All that kind of stuff.
Got
Okay.
it. Lattes and avocado toast. Now, is it
Pickled onions.
You've got you've got an eggs Benedict, which I think obviously was a trend at one point.
That's
right?
a wound.
And that is a staple. It's on virtually every brunch menu. You've got a Benedict of some kind. So, are we saying that avocado toast has become the new Benedict?
Yes. Yes.
And by the way, I mean, the poached egg with the bread, that's the beauty of it. I feel like you're missing out on that. Because then it becomes this juicy thing and you've cleaned it up. It's like, oh man, that's like the perfect combination if they get it right.
Yeah, every time I pop a cyst, I get hungry. Sorry.
What can you do?
I'm sorry.
It's not that much different than pudding. It's like egg pudding. And you don't even get to enjoy it.
But it feels raw to me. Like it's not in its final form, yet I'm supposed to like eat it. Next.
All right. Food and Wine says, fat is back. I can add more if you want, but the trend is that fat is back. In 2007, fat made a bold comeback in the American diet thanks to shifting research suggesting healthy fats are essential, not harmful. Butter returned with higher fat European varieties leading the way, along with clarified ghee and coconut oil. Specialty olive oils and sesame oil followed, embraced for flavor and health benefits.
So is any of that butter or purified ghee, it's the good fat? Kind of like the fat in avocado?
No, butter is not the good fat.
Yeah, so now I'm like...
So
Butter's a tasty fat.
You've got like, what is it, monounsaturated and polyunsaturated or whatever? I don't know what it is, but I just know that like the avocado fat is good for you in the same way that like nuts are good for you. Get all the nuts you can.
Yeah, but butter or like the fatty part of a steak, I don't think that's going to do it for you.
I think that what they found out is that maybe those fats are not as bad for you as was once thought, and it's actually carbs and sugars are worse than those fats. But
I'm more of a
Trans
sucker
fats are
for
what they found
fat
right,
than I am for carbs.
give me an example.
Like I like a steak with fat on it, not a steak with
Sugar on it.
Sugar on it.
Yeah,
That's one. Definitely, I don't have a sweet tooth, so like, if there's a little fat in something, boy, I like that.
I like savory more than sweet, but I think that there are some foods that are the perfect combination of fat and sugar, like a cheesecake.
Oh,
You know, it's just like the way that those two things come together in that's what makes it work. It's a fatty dessert. So I like a fatty dessert. I don't like just a sugary and starchy dessert. I mean, I'll eat
I'm
it.
just saying I like actual fat.
Yeah, but you don't
I
like
just like to
bone,
eat
bone marrow
fat.
that would maybe go on a little bit too far.
That's going a little bit too far. Fat inside of a bone is not called fat; it's called marrow.
Yeah.
So I don't count that. I don't count that fat. But like, on a not a prime rib. What's that little hunk of meat that's like if it's a little fatty?
A ribeye?
Ribeye?
Nope.
Not
Short rib.
a short rib.
I like a little fattiness in my short rib. I mean, I like the wet brisket. The fattier the brisket, the better.
Yeah, agreed.
I
Josh
just like
introduced me
I
to,
like
like-
fat on my meat. Is really what I'm saying.
Yeah. There's like chicharron like tacos and stuff too that are like real kind of fatty, more about like the skin, and it's
Oh.
got that texture you're talking about.
Is it also crunchy?
If they fry them for sure.
So that's like fatback, which is just the southern slice of fat that's like a cousin to bacon, but it's only the fat. And then when you fry it hard, like one edge of it gets super hard.
And you're really
yeah.
It's
They even
it's
took us
really
to dim
good.
sum for that.
It's really good in
fatback
like
stuff.
vegetables, like putting
Yeah.
putting it in your. But then some people will fry it and eat it straight up. I don't like.
And it gets so hard.
I don't like the pork belly though. Sometimes I feel like that goes. It gets a little too thick sometimes.
You'll need some cabbage or some mustard, or you got to have something. You got to get German a little bit on
gotta
it to
cut
really
it.
cut it. Next,
Food trucks.
Yeah.
So Eater said that when Roy Choi started selling bulgogi tacos out of a retooled lunch truck and advertising its whereabouts on Twitter, he not only helped birth a new genre of LA cooking, but he showed a generation of chefs reeling from the 2008 economic crash a viable new business opportunity. Kogi was part of a wave of food trucks that kicked off in cities like New York, Portland, and Austin, and were still happily lining up for lobster rolls, tacos, and grilled cheese on wheels.
Yeah.
and now they're everywhere. You go back to Fuquay Arena,
Where we're from.
and there's plenty of food trucks even in Fuquay. I remember going back to Apex, and they had this what is that? It's like a donut. They had a food truck that was just those beignets, just a beignet truck out in the middle of little old Apex, the peak of good living. That's their slogan, and that's why, because you can walk up to a truck, and when you're walking away, you got a hot beignet.
I really appreciate this trend. One of the things that it does, obviously, is the risk for someone who wants to make food for people is much lower than like opening a brick and mortar restaurant, which is that's a crapshoot.
Yeah, but you have to change the oil.
But I will say, I get overwhelmed. These food truck conglomerations, if you will, like Smorgasburg,
Oh, you're talking about like a food court of trucks.
like every is it once a month? Is the Smorgasburg over there on the downtown LA row?
We think it's once a week back
Once
here.
a
We're
week?
double
Oh
checking.
yeah. So I'll go out there sometimes,
too much.
and I just start walking around, and it's like going to a bookstore and trying to buy a book, and I get overwhelmed, and I'm like, there's all these options, and I gotta walk out of here with something.
Yeah, and you have to read all the books right when you buy them because they're food.
Yes, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm taking into account how many people are at each one, because the more people, the better it is. But now the longer I got to wait, that's counterintuitive, kind of. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's stressing me out just thinking about it.
And they always look kind of sweaty in there.
And then you got to get your thing, and then you got to find a place to sit. And there's not enough seating at Smorgasburg. It's like, what? Come on, guys, just put more tables out. We just need a place to sit.
It's every Sunday, and it looks like there's up to 100 vendors, which really like speaks to just how
I recommend it.
complex it gets.
I still recommend it if you don't get overwhelmed with decisions.
Okay.
Next.
All right, next is hard seltzer. All recipes again says, when it came to partying at the beach, a concert, or cookout, the portable question was twofold: wine or beer? But then came hard seltzer and
Okay, we
White
get
Claw
it.
Summer.
Yeah, we understand hard seltzer.
I'll just tell everyone back here then.
So this is,
He's telling everybody about there.
I can hear it. He's just not pushing the button.
Yeah. He's got to get it out. Once he starts it, he's got to get it out.
You would have,
Well, it was
you'd be
pretty
talking
long.
that long?
Yeah, I'm done now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. We made the right call.
I feel like the whole alcohol thing, the whole White Claw thing, has been replaced with non-alcoholic stuff
Yeah,
that
put
tastes like
this-
alcohol.
Put this powder in your thing.
And non-alcoholic cocktails. What I've noticed is that almost every restaurant has like 4 or 5 non-alcoholic cocktails, and you can feel like you're part of the team. Mm-hmm. You can be like, oh, I'm going to drink this little sugary little thing that's $12, so I can feel like I'm on board with everybody, so I can toast something besides my water.
But if I'm gonna drink, I don't want the calories, and I definitely don't want all the sugarization. So I've just started ordering a ranch water. I don't even know what that is exactly.
I think it's just seltzer water, tequila, and
Sparkling
lime.
water and
And lime, yeah.
and that's fine. That's fine by me.
It's
but
fine.
That's why that trend happened, is like the calories. The calorie to alcohol ratio, I think, was a big part of it.
Michelob Ultra
there-
wasn't doing it for
There was
everybody.
just too many hit the market. And I don't understand how it's still happening, because it's like energy drinks, but not as bad.
Like if you're launching a hard seltzer right now,
yeah, it's a bit,
you're going into it. It's like adding a new food truck to Smorgasburg.
yeah.
How about a new table? Did I say that already? New table. We just want a place to sit.
Couches.
Next.
All right. Next we've got Brussels sprouts.
Yes. Yeah. It's a
Skip,
thing. Skip.
It's over. It's over.
Okay, let me
It's
just tell
over.
everyone about it real fast.
I think it's a staple.
All right, next we've got
I just don't care for them.
salted caramel.
I don't care for that either.
I think salted caramel is just a flavor that is going to be incorporated because people realize that you needed the salt to make caramel worth the time.
What
And I
about
think
tinned fish?
Tinned fish?
Huge.
I'm all in.
For
I'm
how
all
long?
in. I literally went to a restaurant recently
And ordered 10 fish.
and ordered 10 fish at a restaurant. Yes, I
What
ordered
what was the preparation?
a open can.
Are you serious? Was this a cafe?
It was an Italian restaurant that is kind of known for their little Neapolitan pizzas, or however you say that. And they had a 10 fish platter option where they would do some little pickles and some little dips and stuff, and then they would bring out a particular tinned fish, and there's like 5 or 6 different options. Of course, I went with the mackerel. I'm a mackerel man. That's what I am. And I got the mackerel, and Jesse and I ate some mackerel, and I was like, this is not as good as I want it to be. Because what I do is I take the mackerel out and I shred it up and put some other stuff in it that makes it less mackerel-y.
So you don't want it at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Wow, they underwhelmed you.
But I just feel like
This is fresh. This is a fresh trend.
you need this. Well, it's a super old school thing that's been around forever, and there's been people who have been into it. But now people are seeing the benefits, man. The omega-3s, you got to get them. Protein.
Fat?
It's got the good fats. This is the good fat, that fish fat.
Yeah.
So I'm on board for this one.
Chase, why don't you go back and read some more about those hard seltzers?
Yeah, I'm gonna read some stuff about hard seltzer. Actually, y'all already slacked it out to the crew, so you can find it in.
Oh, okay.
phone.
All right, in the general?
Right, everybody's got
Yeah, yeah.
access to it now.
Okay, thank you.
Join my dad Charles and me as we talk all things under the sun in our latest episode of Dispatches from Myrtle Beach. Newborn baby doll with a beard so it looks like Rhett. And the head popped off of him. And then Rhett delivers his baby, and it's a little baby with glasses.